Hey guys! So, we are just right now still waiting on those brackets to get updated so that we will be all set and good to go. But I feel like this is a good time for us to get to know you guys and to introduce ourselves. So my name's Ace Seeds. This is my channel. I run this, and we play a lot of Evolve, Top 100, and I've played with a lot of the guys who are currently competing. Right now, I actually do have Shower Gel with me, and he'll be able to inform you about himself. What can you tell us about yourself, Shower Gel?
Well, hello everyone. Played competitive games for quite a while. Picked up Evolve just after it came out, and since then played for some of the top teams. At the moment, just currently running backup for Eyes on You, who are looking very very strong at the moment, and again doing some casting as well. So all good fun.
So right now, like looking at this, we're currently most likely going to be doing KPV versus Epex Black, which will be interesting. What do you think about the two teams?
KPV very very strong. Epex Black have do have some weaknesses, but they are a solid team. I think if they can sort of move away from those mistakes that they've made in the past, and if they've learned from them, then they can easily take the games from KPV and move on in this tournament.
And you play Hunter, correct?
I do, yes. Monster is not my cup of tea. Let's put it that way.
You don't like eating people, you just slaughtering things?
Yes, I prefer killing well, harmful wildlife than humans.
So you've
To put it that
obviously
way.
played against KPV's monster. What kind of monster does he play? What does he do? What kind of player is he?
It's mostly Kraken, from what I can remember. I mean, it was that flavor of the month before the Kraken got the nerf in the last micro patch. Pretty solid, knew his mechanics. We did manage to get quite a few early domes on him though. So again, if Epex Black can get those early domes, then they can get the win. That's where the hunters need to basically win the game is in the early game against the Kraken certainly.
And with those changes, what were the major changes? Like to be honest, I looked at it, it didn't seem like that much of a big change, but I've noticed that his playment, like the amount of time he's being played, is just dropping significantly just with those minor tweaks.
Well, it's good that they're only doing minor tweaks to bring him back in line. It's better than what they did with Wraith, which was to severely nerf him, or severely tweak him, I should say.
Nerf him based off the tiers.
And then kind of Wraith has kind of fallen off of it. So it's good that they're only making these small changes. But the last micro patch was that the Kraken's lightning strike moved 1.5 meters slower than it did before. So that means that it's now easier to dodge or harder to hit, depending on which way you're looking at it, for the lightning strike, which kind of it brings it more in line with how dodgeable lightning strike and warp blast are for Goliath and Wraith, respectively. So I'm liking this change. I'm really liking that Kraken sort of being brought down because I feel like certainly in the past few weeks he's been the dominant force in the monster role, and actually it's really good to see some variety. You know, players like Legendary bringing out Goliath a lot, and I'm hoping that Insane will have been able to practice a bit more with the new Wraith, and hopefully he'll bring some Wraith this time as well. However, I think it's unlikely.
I think when you look at the monsters, right, you look at Goliath and Kraken, those two specifically, as opposed to the third one, Wraith. Behemoth is currently not in the tournament, that's why we're not mentioning it. Kraken's main benefit was the fact that he could just deal large amounts of damage with one spell. And he was able to do that continuously while keeping pressure and minimizing their healing in between. If you look at Goliath, he's a pure shotgun. Just two spells, he can take away an entire person's health pool, which makes him really strong, and I feel like that's a good way to be dealing with it as as a monster player.
I mean, it's more than that though. With Kraken, you got so much reliable damage, and what I mean by reliable damage is that with Goliath, his damage is very high, with most notably the leap strike and the rock throw being really really high damage.
That's
Charge
like
as well.
120%, isn't it, of a hunter health pool?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And what that means is there's then counterplay. So if the hunters can then dodge it, then the Goliath not fails, but misses, and you know the hunters live and they keep fighting. And if they can miss enough, or if they can dodge enough, then they can win. With Kraken, it was very very difficult to dodge, and that meant it was such reliable damage. So when you combine that with the amount of utility you got from being in the air with your vortex, with banshee mines. It just became too much, and I really like the nerf to lightning strike. It hasn't taken away from his damage. It's just allowed counterplay, which is really good to see. It's it's a good way. I still think it needs a little bit more tweaking, but it'll get there.
It's very like that's a completely different way of thinking about it than I typically do. But I don't know, like Kraken's a weird one, right? Because like the whole flight is just something that's unique to him,
It
right?
is, and the best thing about that is that there's a chance with Goliath and Wraith that you can get your support to cloak and pick up your downed medic, specifically the medic, and that's because they physically have to be in another location doing damage to somebody else.
Mhm.
Whereas Kraken can be 50 meters away, and you can still keep the support from rezzing the medic or any downed hunter. So that's a really great strength that the Kraken has that the flight allows him to do that other monsters can't. And that's again part of his strength is that actually it's much easier to keep somebody down once they are down with a Kraken than it is because all it takes to stop that res bar from actually getting them back up is one auto attack. It's not a vortex. It's not a lightning strike. It's not a leap strike. It's not a water blast. It's literally just one
Yeah, there's
auto
no
attack.
exposure being created by it.
Yeah, I mean, if your assault is on is on his game, you can actually get your assault to block the auto attacks and get the res up. But that's very situational, and again, it relies on the
It's hard to
monster.
pull that off too. Like I remember when
It's
I first
incredibly,
posted
yeah.
that, to get that done. But when you start looking at things like that, the Kraken's cooldowns are, I believe, 8 and 10 seconds, right? Vortex is 8 seconds, and Lightning Strike is 10 seconds. I think
Yeah, so
something like
it's
that.
pretty short. And then when you combine that with, say, cooldown reduction, it gets even less.
Oh yeah, it gets 30% off it right there. And you take a look at the abilities that he's still Lightning Strike is instantly what 3 second cast time, right? 3 4 seconds.
2.7,
Two point
2.7
seven
cast time.
cast. It's
But I
been a
mean,
while since I looked at the numbers.
the thing to note with Lightning Strike, and I'm going to compare this directly to Goliath's Rock Throw. The Goliath's Rock Throw has a 2 second charge up time, whereas Lightning Strike has 2.7 second charge up time. Both can be re-aimed during the animation and adjusted to get better accuracy. But the difference is that Goliath's Rock Throw has a traversal time. The rock has to physically travel through space to hit a hunter. Obviously, the closer the hunter is to the Goliath, the shorter the traversal time. However, Lightning Strike doesn't. After that 2.7 second charge up time, it will just hit, and that again that gives it even more reliability in hitting it because if you can do those quick readjustments just before the lightning strike goes off, you can still hit the hunter. Whereas with the rock throw, once you've thrown it and it's out of the Goliath's hands,
We're
that's
ready
it.
to go.
It has a trajectory. It cannot
Okay.
move. It cannot deviate from that, and it
Do you
allows
wanna
for a
do
bit more
picks?
time and a bit more
Coming in Steam chat.
counterplay to be able to dodge it. Whereas lightning strike, it's an instant hit after that 2.7 second charge up.
Yeah, and that's just a really strong ability. I'm actually just going to interject there. We actually are in lobby now. We are all set on that front. Right now, we're just waiting on Team Epex to get their monster player in. And once we do, we'll be jumping into the spectator spot, and we'll be all set to go. And hey, guys, my name's Seeds. I'm going to be casting your game today. I want to wish you guys the best of luck. Right now, we're just waiting on the Epex monster, correct?
I think you have your mic on.
But yeah, so we're right now just gonna. Looks like we're waiting on the Epex monster by the looks of it. Don't really know for sure. But they're gonna be going through getting the map selections done. Once that's all set, we'll be good to go. Right now it is set to Distillery on fair weather, so everything looks normal. So what do you think of the map Distillery right now? For the first
I
game?
I like Distillery. I think it's quite a balanced map. I think there's good good sides and bad sides to it. It's quite open, and it requires the trapper to be very far back. Smaller maps allow trappers to be a bit more aggressive, a bit closer up. This map, again, especially when you're around the rocks and you've managed to get the monster in a corner, it's really up to the trapper to have a lot of patience and not to go in, because it's very easy for the monster to go out one way as the trapper goes in the other side. So we'll have to see how this team coordinates, and hopefully they'll be able to get the domes that they want.
Well, this map is an exercise of control of not of the map or the wildlife, but as you stated exactly, it's all about that trappers having the control of themselves to stand in the middle and wait and see what's going on, because it's so open and so easy to traverse in the middle that it's it's such a key factor. But right now, we do see that right now we're going to be casting the Epex monster, by the way, and we're going to be doing it with KPV's Hunter team. So we'll look forward to seeing that. And since we're going to be looking at the Epex monster, what do you think is going to be coming out of him so far on Distillery?
I think because of the height difference, I'm going to say Kraken with this one. Although Godzilla does play Goliath, and we actually do have it there. He has gone for Goliath, and to go along with that, we've got Kyra and Griffin picked up, and
he's
then
got
Hank
the tiger
and Markov.
skin, so.
He has got the tiger skin. That's very exciting to see. Although it is quite a grey map, so I don't know whether that's going to help him with if he wants to go for the stealthy play.
I don't think being a tiger in a snowland is going to help him, unless he's a
Siberian. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. It does look Bengal, but he's possibly not going to go for approach, although it does work quite well against Griffin, the sneak approach. So
true,
it's interesting to see Markov, though. Since last week when they changed the pick order, so you now pick the medic and the trapper, you then pick the monster, and then followed by the support and the assault. It has allowed a lot more counterplay from the assault. And I feel like with the buffs to hide that were also introduced against Goliath, hide works really, really well. The mines work much less effectively due to the fact that they now get blown up so easily. So all it takes is one flame breath from a Goliath and they will go. So we'll have to see how many mines he'll actually end up hitting.
We'll have to see what he's doing. Looks like he's heading to the riverbed right now, heading across that, going to go down to the southeast corner, get some 3-4 meats that are down available in this area. Going to be getting some cover from the plants and wildlife. It looks like he does have a skill point in flame breath in order to get those early meats. I don't know why he went for the blitz leopards though. What do you think?
It's food. All he wants to do is get shield up right now. Even though the evolve bar, great to have that all the way up before the first dome comes down. You at least want to have full shields so that you know that even if you do get domed early, you're still going to have as much health as possible. Does manage to pick up a couple of mammoth birds though. Does manage to spawn birds though, so you are gonna catch up with him pretty quick.
That's one thing that's really hard about this map is that there's not much cover when you try to eat. Is that you're going to be rushing in and you're going to be getting birds almost the entire match. And we do see the pings coming out from the Hunter squad right now. We're going to be having them close in on him towards that southeast corner. Support's trailing in the back. Medic right now is just kind of staying in a safe location just to keep an eye on where the monster's heading. Heading along the eastern board, on the border there. The monster's heading towards the northern section, back towards the river. Just wants to get some space right now. Going to be crossing over. He does have full armor, and survival odds are 50-50, so he would be okay to fight and get a little bit of damage, but I don't think that's quite worth it at this point. And that is a ballsy evolve.
That's very, very ballsy.
Wow. And they're going to be right on top of him. They know they're right close to him, too. They accelerated. They're going to... Oh, my gosh. They might go past him. They went right past him.
Got to hear him. And Griffin's heard the second scream there, and hopefully he's going to be able to get the dome with the harpoon. Steamodon's not making it easy though.
Dome's coming out, and he got the harpoon. This is the dome with no armor. This is a lot of health damage coming out of him right now. Got a little bit of, as we saw there, he did get 3 points into rock throw. He didn't want to fight stage 1 without that rock throw, just because of the Hank being affected by it. Salt did take a slap from a mammoth bird, because, well, mammoth birds are awesome for that. Rock throw going in, nailing the assault. Assault's being forced to pop his shield. Goliath is now climbing over the rock wall, running away. He's on the defensive, trying to mitigate exactly how little he can for damage.
Definitely wants to be playing. Yeah, definitely wants to be playing the damage avoidance game, just wants to run around in circles,
Griffin just actually got caught in a corner right now, out of line of sight from Hank. Hank can't even use the shield. That's a free down on the Trapper, and he's out.
It's a big mistake there. He does get one strike. That does mean that any domes in the future are going to be much easier to take down.
Oh, and not only that as well, like, that was a free dome. Like, they gave him a free dome, and he got out early. They did almost no damage to him, and he's gone and out.
Well, they've still got more opportunities. I mean, he's only, what, 10% evolve meter? They've still got a lot to go. It can get at least 2 more domes in, and I think that's where they need to make their advantage, is get another 2 domes in before you can evolve, and get him to at least below 50% HP when he evolves to stage 3, and if he evolves to stage 3. That's what they need to go for right now. They don't have...
I totally agree. And right now the monster is in my favorite corner, the nice southwest corner. Got lots of good terrain that's semi-flat and controllable and easy for you to deal damage in, but it also allows you to seek shelter and get a good amount of food in that corner.
I think the assault's actually been pounced on right there.
Yep.
Let's pop a shield.
It's a free shield out of it. Medic just took a rock throw right to the face. Hank didn't get the shield off in time. This Medic's super low, but outside the dome, and we'll have time to heal up. Right now we see the monster's going for the Trapper right now, just trying to get what he can out of it. Trying to deal damage and just see if he can get another strike out of it. Hank sitting on the high ground though, and just being able to get all those shields off. Yep, and there he goes, going after the support there, just because he needs to in order to get that shield taken care of. He needs to be focusing down Hank though right now and dealing as much damage as he can to get rid of him. Support's right now on the high ground, another strike right there on the support.
Medic was a bit late with any heals there. Does manage to take him down with that level 3 rock throw. Doing a great job here, Go4Evolve showing.
Oh yeah, just that pure shotgun, like with that rock. This is, oh man. How would you feel if you took a bullet to the face? I know I wouldn't like it.
I think just needs to take a step back a bit. Just make it easier to dodge those rocks. The only one that really needs to be close is the assault to get that damage, that lightning gun damage down. And I feel like the mines aren't really coming out. He's only hit a couple. Great harpoon by Griffin there though.
Yeah, being able to pull him back on the low ground, slowing him down, forcing the monster to run off and get as much distance as he can. Although at this point, he's almost full on his evolve meter, I'm pretty sure. So he'll be well off when he gets into these caves with all this food. Since he hasn't been here yet, he'll have tons of food available. Now, when we look at the team, we do see that Griffin has a strike, Support has a strike, and we see Medic and Assault both doing fine. Right now, they are fighting an elite wildlife in the area. No buffs, though, because this is ESL. Right?
I mean, the most important strike there for Go4Evolve is Memphis. That Hank strike is vital for his win. Getting a strike on Hank is possibly even more important than a strike on the Medic. Kyra is very, very strong for healing multiple people. However, Hank can only shield one person. So if you manage to get through that shield and get Hank down, then you've got nobody to help Medic out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he does manage to get almost 4 meter here. They do have some pressure on him. Manages to dodge the rock throw there. He'll be very close to evolve, but I don't...
He's looking to get the engagement down here so he can get a good amount of distance when he crosses the map. Forcing this shield out of the assault because he is alone right now. Support's out of position, not able to put his shields on. Medic's not there either. It's all very ballsy time for him to be trying to engage like that. He's right now holding the rock, just camping that entrance, just waiting. Just biding his time. Although it is a nice little pose he's got going on right there, just doing a dance.
He definitely wants to fight in this area. There's no need for him to fight outside. Let's make a leap for the exit. Let's see where the Trapper, if he can get them.
Yeah, he's just trying to pick up the Trapper now, trying to see if he can pick him up. Hank's in position though, and he's able to get that shield off, so we're not looking at much of an engage. He did miss the harpoon, so Goliath is... No, he's in the dome! He's in the dome! We're in the Thunderdome.
Half armor, great place to fight. This is the second dome that they needed. They need to make sure they don't get any more strikes, and then they'll be on a good stage for winning. Go4Evolve, again, he's looking for the opposite. He needs to focus that Hank. Even a second strike could give him the stage 3 win.
Oh yeah, because once you get that second strike on Hank, it makes it pretty much useless, especially with that level 3 rock throw. Right now, we do see the mines are all down and out, and they're all charged up and armed and ready to go. We have the shields coming out from the support, going down, making sure no one's getting rocked in the face. And we see the harpoon is keeping him in place, and support is down. There's the second strike on support.
Jumping straight in the air, he had no jetpack to dodge that. Really, really great from Go4Evolve there.
Yep. And we We got the pickup now from the medic, so support is back up, but he does have to strike on him. Pushing towards the water, just trying to use it for cover, just trying to buy time now.
He's out of armor.
He's full evolve meters, doesn't want to take any health damage.
He's out of armor, he wants to limit that damage.
We see the harpoon come out to get rid of that traversal. That's a good harpoon coming out. Reload, and he should see a second one coming out. There it is. And he's going to break that, then he's going to traversal. And this is going to be the evolve.
Really, really well played there. I just want to point out that actually Gursilla delayed his jump. He delayed his traversal until the harpoon had come out. And that's what you have to do against Griffin, is just wait until the Griffin pulls the trigger. You can then destroy it, and then you don't get a wasted traversal.
If you walk backwards, it slows it down, which isn't a good time. There's the evolve coming out now. He'll get himself back up to about 2/3 health. As you see right there. And he'll be pretty much in a really good, like the best possible position that I can think at this point. Support's got 2 strikes, Trapper's got 1 strike. Sure, he's taking a little bit of damage, but he did max fire breath and charge, so he's going to be able to take care of those mines, charge right into him, and full shotgun them right in the face.
It's very interesting he hasn't gone leap strike. I guess he wants to fight on flat ground. He's hoping that they're going to fight on the...
He's hoping to fight at the relay.
The dome's come down. The dome's actually got him here.
Yeah, he's in the dome right now. He's inside though, so it is basically the last terrain at this point. Until he goes outside, which pretty much negates exactly what I was saying. Always seems that way, though. As soon as you open your mouth, they do the opposite. Rock's coming out, just whiff the rock, just throws it off into the corner. No need to keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on where the monster is going right now, just to see what he's up to. Blade Breath coming out to get rid of the mine that was freshly laid. Going to be going after the Trapper because he wants out of this dome right now. And down he goes, the second strike on Trapper. Rock's coming out right now, just trying to get a little extra damage. Notice he's not going to get anything. Armor's running out. His time is running out. He needs to get out of there and get moving on to get more armor.
He does get the kill onto Memphis, and the trap is incredibly low. I think he's going to go for his second kill here before he runs off, though.
And there's the pickoff. There's the second kill. Support's down, Trapper's down, and now they're going to go for Medic. He's going to go all in on this. He's going to commit. Medic's down. Assault is somewhere around the corner, just running away, just seeing what he can do. He's just laying those mines to keep him from getting stealth pounds, gets charged, and down he goes. Monster takes game 1 in Epex versus KPV.
Really, really well played there, showing how well Goliath can be played. Look at that damage, nearly 30k, 28,500 damage from that. And I feel like it was misplayed by the Hunters, as well as Gursilla did play and deserved the win. I feel like my KPV with Hank and Kyra should have been able to keep people up a bit more.
I think the main problem there is that they kept losing line of sight so that they didn't have Hank being able to get those shields out. Right? So with him being like line of sight blocked, they weren't able to get full control of what was going on with him.
It's maybe a slight communication error then, not being able to keep the line of sight.
Who knows? Who knows? We don't get to hear their chatter. But overall, though, what did you think of the monster play as a whole? Like, he did traverse the map well, I found he was clearly directed in where he wanted to go at what point in the game.
Yeah, he knew exactly where he wanted to fight as well. He wanted to get domed in that cave. Trapper didn't fall for it, and unfortunately did get domed around just outside of it, and maybe should have committed more to it. However, did manage to get away with it and did come out with a win. So well played by Gursilla there to take the win. But we'll have to see if he changes his gameplay up. Like we say, I don't feel like the charge did fusion, that much. Right?
Okay.
But we'll have to see. Maybe he changes it up, maybe he doesn't. Again, I think the 3 in Flame Breath, really, really strong choice.
Right, go ahead and tell me.
That is a really strong choice, especially against mines. I think that pretty much locks down Markov. But I did just get an update from the other Epex team. They did let me know that they actually won their first game on Distillery, so the Hunters won that game. All right, and now it looks like we're going to our next match, which is match 2, and they're going to be going to Fusion Plant.
Fusion Plant. Fusion Plant, if you run as a Trapper at movement speed, you can stick on the monster if it's Kraken, and you will not let it evolve ever. Anytime it does, it's going to lose 2 bars at least. And I think that's what Trapper needs to run here. Again, if he does go Griffin, it's guaranteed domes, or it should be guaranteed domes. Much, much higher dome potential than either Maggie or Abe. And great tracking skills as well, with the buff to the sound spikes, being able to see
Be able to see
sneaking
all the
monsters.
stealth units and anything within that 15-meter radius.
Really, really strong. Again, if you put them in a line across the map so that he cannot traverse across the map without you seeing him, great way to cut off any area that you need to cover if you're not quite sure where he is.
Well, also, it guarantees you know exactly where he is at any point in time by locking down that middle. It's so good on this map just to have full control of that middle, and you know where they're going and when they're crossing.
Again, if you use the high points, if you use the places outside of wildlife, then they're not going to get destroyed by wildlife either, because they do emit a slight sound, and wildlife do like to go and take them out, which is very frustrating as a trapper.
They're like cookies, man. You just gotta eat the cookie.
It's just like you put one up, and then like you think, oh no wildlife's going to get there, and suddenly it goes a mile out of its way to destroy the sound spike.
It drives me nuts. Or when you get the dick beetles climbing up the rocks, they go everywhere just hunting down those sound spikes. It's like, really? Really?
Yeah, they're frustrating, those. Although they do have a very nice buff, which is capacity in standard play. So.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Capacity is really nice with the carapace, with the little things. But
capacity is a really, really strong choice for assaults, I find.
Especially since it's a 1 meat, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so you pick that up off a 1 meat, and its capacity, which it's just like infinite ammo pretty much for most assaults, and for the supports, like Hank, for instance, it makes their shield just that much better.
Yeah, I mean, for assaults, primarily, Parnell works great with his Super Soldier. It means less time reloading and more time actually doing damage. Works really well. And again, with Markov, when you're against Kraken, I tend to go capacity myself, so that you never have a Banshee Mine hit one of your team. We are into game 2 on Fusion Plant, and Gersela has gone Goliath again.
And he's got the Voodoo skin, so he's looking all skeletal, and we do see that we are running a Maggie this time against the Goliath, so that's a good change versus the previous where it was Griffin. I do personally prefer Griffin, but I think on this map, I think Maggie versus Goliath is a really good choice. What do you think?
Maggie's still strong, yeah. I have a very strong favouring of Griffin, especially against Goliath. Again, Cabot this time though, no Hank. That could be quite detrimental considering they went down quite easily even with the Hank. Maybe they're hoping for this early game damage. Maggie means that they're going to find him straight away, stage 1. They're not going to have any problems finding him. If he does play sneaky, it's not going to help him. And then the lightning gun damage jump combo is extremely strong, and Maggie can put out a lot of damage herself as well. So I think that's what they're going to go for, is that this early game, don't let it go to stage 3 and win stage 2 at the latest.
Yep. And one thing about this map though, with the recent changes to mines and harpoon traps, the ring around the Rosie in the middle doesn't quite work as well, but it still works pretty effective against Goliath, doesn't it?
It does work quite well. I mean, there's one in the lower section, but you can actually still fight up top with those pillars. Great place to dodge rock throws, makes it very hard, and even link strike is hard. It's kind of up to wasting a traversal from Gersela and hope for a power attack to knock him off. It's a great place to fight up top, and again, if you put the traps down, it stops him from climbing. So
he did get birds early, by the way, just to interject there. And we do see that the trap right now is going for the cutoff with the support. Problem is with this is that they don't really have any protection for if the monster decides to engage, but it does look like Goliath is going to be backing up right now while stealth, pushing back towards the assault and medic, while they're keeping an eye on that exit, just trying to make sure he doesn't sneak out past them. We do see the mines going out right now. Just for vision and blocking.
Great play by Markov not to commit, and has he actually sneaked past?
Yeah, he's leaping past him right now. He just went past the medic. The pings are coming out. They know exactly where he is. The trapper and support are doubling back to go back again.
Great play. He sniffed them out, knew that the trapper wasn't there, and just jumped past. Really, really great play. He's got full armor. He's going to be able to get some more food behind the fusion plant. And again, hopefully, juke them out again.
But will he be able to get the space to evolve, though? I don't think he will. Not until we get an engagement.
Possibly not. I think the only way he'll get the manage to get the space is actually if he goes one side of the map to the other. However, fighting in the fusion plant, there's a lot of height and there's a lot of levels which make it very easy to avoid damage. So if you're going to get domed, I'd say you do it around the fusion plant.
Alright, so we're looking at the Daisy cam right now. Daisy's right now just staring at the monster in the high ground, just being like, hey guy, what's up? You gonna come on down and kill? Monster's leaving right on path, looking for Maggie, just trying to get around and get right past her, going behind the fusion plant still, going right where you said just to get that through.
Yeah, managed to play it well. It does actually go, but Maggie's doing a great job of just cutting inside. He's going to let the other guys do the work for him, flush the monster out, and then he can get the dome in. And again, Maggie, even harder than Griffin to get the dome, so relying on your team to be able to flush the monster out, and you playing even further back with a lot more patience.
And we do see right now the monster does see it. He's going to be going for the engage to try and deal damage. No, he's actually going right past him. Where's the trapper at right now? Trapper right now is on the other side of the fusion plant. Needs to double back to try and get this dome.
He uses all 3 dashes to get over that little gap, and maybe a little bit late on that.
It looks like he'll actually be able to get his space, though, if you look at this. I think he's gone. I think he'll be able to get his space, go right back into the alley where he was even earlier. He has the full evolve meter. He's ready to go.
I mean, I do think there was a little bit of slight delay on the calls to say that he was turning back there. I think could have been able to get the dome, and as he'd gone past the assault, was on half armor. But I have to see what happens if he does actually go for the evolve.
I don't know. He needs to keep going. If he's going to evolve, he needs to go right around that canyon all the way back. No, he's going to evolve right there. They're going to know right where he is. They can hear him. They're on him. They're shooting. Dome's down already. I would prefer a tighter dome first. Just running a little bit past him. Throwing it a little bit smaller. And we got all 3 points into rock throw. It's all on health damage at this point, which is scary when you're against a Cabot, because he likes dealing damage to you. And he'll melt right through your health pool. He's going for the Trapper that's trying to do as much damage as he can, because Cabot doesn't have a shield, ladies and gents.
Yeah, it does want to get out of that dome, but doesn't have the damage to finish it off, and the medic is going to get them back up. So
Mine's down right now. Oh, and he almost jumps right into one with some flame breath coming out. Going to be going for the leech smash and the rock throw combo. Rock throw's gone, and he's out. However, he did take a good amount of health damage. He's down to 2/3 right now, almost down to a half. And that's a large amount of damage for such a greedy evolve. He could have just ran that a little bit further and protected himself.
yeah, it was quite a close evolve, but this map is very, very difficult to gain space on. And sometimes it may be better to actually take the dome, get the evolve somewhere else, and then take less damage overall because you haven't been domed.
But you're in a good spot to evade damage, like he was.
Yeah. Again, that area, not a great place to evade. Like I said before, fusion plant, there's a lot of levels to avoid. And again, then the hunters have to waste jetpack. Then you can actually go for a full strike. So I feel like there were better places to evolve there. However, he's done it now, and he's managed to get a strike for it. So he hasn't wasted all that health for nothing.
It wasn't for naught. And we do see that right now that is on the Trapper, so he's going to be able to get out of domes much easier now. If that strike was in there a little bit early, he would have been out of that dome a lot quicker.
He did, but he did decide just to go up the cliff and wait for the cooldowns, and then does manage to land every single ability. He managed to get the flame strike, then the leap strike, rock throw combo, and nothing that Maggie could do. Really, really well played by Goliath to get that down.
Yeah, got the full lockdown. He is glowing right now, so he is full armor. He's pushing right now into the Hunter team, dealing as much damage as he can. Daisy right now just looking him right in the toes. You do see the Cabot right now using the damage amp, dealing a large amount of damage. Just dealing out that armor, just trying to get as much as they can out of it. Maggie's on the high ground right now. That's trying to do a little bit of ledge grabbing to mitigate Goliath's damage capabilities. And they're going to try and deal as much damage as they can. Cabot's right now on the railgun. The assault right now is just getting mines in order to give the medic and the Trapper a place to run. Daisy
great
right now still kind of...
Great communication from the assault and the Cabot to actually get as much damage down, but even the Trapper goes down.
Yeah, Trapper's at 2 strikes now, so that's going to be basically pointless. They have no enforcement on their domes at this point. He's going to cross right through the middle, no fear of any harpoon traps because they haven't had time to really play any. And he's going to be going towards that east feeding grounds, and he'll be full armor on the next engage. And he didn't take any health damage from that one.
He didn't. I think he'll actually want to go for another stage 2 fight here. He can take out the Trapper very easily. No Hank this time. And I feel like Cabot needs to step in. Cabot needs to get the shields in there, the stealth in there to help get away. But Flame Breath does a great job of countering that. So
yeah, it does give him a good spot reveal. Cabot's doing a good job keeping him off eating though and dealing a little bit of damage, just poking him away. He's giving a little bit of butt poking, grabbing his tail so to speak.
At least it's not as painful as it used to be, eh?
Oh man, you used to like you just lose health for days. It's like, hey, I'm gonna fly away. No, you're gonna lose 3/4 of your health. It's like, oh, okay, well. And we do see the trap is going down right now.
Let's get down.
Go for the right for the trapper. You just see the trap right now is just getting melted right now. Leaf smashes in, rock thing, out he goes.
Yeah, 3 downs, 3 ticks, and he's out the fight for the next 2 minutes. So really, really well played. He can go get a free evolve now almost. Just needs to get that last little bit of armor and evolution. So.
Not to mention that, but this also negates Daisy. Daisy just becomes a walking revive meter at this point. She just kind of sniffs around endlessly.
She does, and again, he can have a free evolve because there's no dome going to come down. Even if they do manage to stay right on his tail, they can't keep him domed at no armor, so he can just run off very quickly.
Once he has the full meter like he does right now, he can actually just keep burn all his traversals, burn his leaf smash, get that distance, stop going for food. And as long as he just does that, goes for distance, he'll be able to actually just get the evolve off. But he does want, I don't know, he's deciding on if he wants to engage or not, just pushing his way back, give him a little poke in the face, and he's just like, I don't know yet, and he just walks away.
I think going for stage 3 is going to be the best option. I mean, whether the trapper comes back or not, all it takes is one leap smash rock throw combo, which is going to be even more powerful at stage 3. And it's going to be even easier to take that trapper out straight away. The trapper could be in for 10 seconds, and you've already taken him out.
Well, he's going to have the full force coming after him. 3 points on the leap smash as opposed to the 2 that he has right now.
Gain the flame breath as well to do that bit of extra tick damage. But Memphis going very low.
I think he's going to get a point in charge if he goes to stage 3.
Doubt it.
And I think right now we're about to see the support get his first hit. Yep, down he goes. Eats the rock right to the face. Sometimes I wish he'd throw a tree and yell, eat your fiber. Trying to get your fight. Throwing the rock right now. Right now the assault is on the support, going to be reviving him right now, picking him up. Medic right now is on her own, running with the acceleration field, just trying to heal as she goes. Assault right now is in the back, just trying to do damage while the support's cloaking and trying to give the medic some ground to run. The medic's
So low right now.
with the healing grenade.
A great job of going up there. Really, really good job kiting and.
Yep, and right now the trapper is coming in, so we'll see the trapper start to play her role once she gets in. The medic is going to be starting the next timer, most likely. Support's down as well.
I feel like that could be it. I feel like
might be game. Assault right now is really low on health. Goliath's hot on his tail. Looks like he's trying to just go after the corpses though, just trying to make sure that nothing happens here. No revivals. He wants them on the dropship. Daisy right now is going for the revive right now, and down goes the support permanently. And we're just waiting for Daisy to burn in from the ground.
Really, really well played. I mean, Assault's actually giving himself away.
I don't agree with this decision. I think he needs to just run and just get as much space as he can.
He is going to have his Assault shield back up, but doesn't manage to save Maggie Vax from actually being able to survive. And
but why would why bother revealing yourself when you can just run? Okay, sure, you're getting have to come back with pretty much with your support and your trapper on 2 strikes, your medic on 1 strike, and Daisy on a strike. You know when you got a strike on Daisy, that's a bad time.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, he's just gonna go for the stage 3 right now. Go straight for the relay. The Assault is then forced to come to him, and he's got what
Assault's
about?
Not even hiding at this point. He's just gonna run right at him. We see
got
3 points into Leafs.
I think they go 1 in charge.
1 point in charge. I think he just wants the extra mobility.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a wasted point, especially since this team doesn't really have that much mobility. They've only got the acceleration field as extra mobility other than their charges. I feel like when it charges a little bit redundant. It doesn't really matter because the game is pretty much over at that point anyway. But again, Go4Evolve showing really, really strong display on Goliath, and actually I think one that rivals Legendary. Really do. Legendary style is very much he does not want to fight before stage 3. He will just run and run and run. But Go4Evolve showing that actually he can win at stage 2 quite easily. Really, really well played. Even more damage that time. 33,000.
So we're at 3-0 right now with Epex Black. I think that's the end of the series, isn't it?
It should be, yes, best of 5. So
Yeah, so that's 3 right there, so it's done. We are going to wait for the results of the other game, and then we can get a full update. But I guess in the meantime, guys, I will leave you guys with a little bit of tunes as while we wait on that. Alright, guys, and we'll get the next game set up for you guys. But before we conclude, what did you think of that final game? Like, I know we saw some great play by the Goliath, having basically full control of the Hunter team, even with the Ballsy Evolve. What did you think of the Hunter team, though? Personally, I thought the Hunter team was a little, uncoordinated, but that's something that can be ironed out, and I look forward to seeing them play in the future, and we'll see what's happening with them.
I do apologise, my mic was muted there. I mean, I feel like the Hunter team, it was, for me, the big mistake was management. I feel like ESL did a really great job of forcing them to waste their jetpack, and then he'd use rock throw or leap flash when they couldn't dodge it. I feel like a bit more practice against the Goliath, and they would have been able to actually. You almost have to take that punishment. You just have to eat that standard melee attacks, and then when he does go for the leap smash and the rock throw, that's the point when you can dodge. And I feel like a little bit of jetpack management would have gone a long way to help them beat Go4Evolve. But Go4Evolve doing a great job and actually, taking advantage that was given to him. So really well played.
For those of you that are watching and may not know what we mean by when we say jetpack management, what we mean is by always having one burst available in your jetpack. That way, if you see an ability coming towards you, you have the chance and opportunity to dodge it, and you'll be able to mitigate that damage, making it easier for your healer and making it easier for your Hank if a Hank is in the game. By having that extra point will allow you to make sure that you don't get hit. Doesn't matter how tanky you are if you don't get hit, right?
I mean, the other thing is what less experienced players tend to do is panic, and they'll hold that spacebar down, and you never ever want to hold your spacebar down going anywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're going up, forward, backwards, left, right, it doesn't matter. You always dash because that's the most efficient method. And what people tend to do is they'll have a Goliath or they'll have a monster right on their face, and they'll just hold the spacebar down and it won't recharge, and then they won't have that one jetpack dash to then help get their way. And again, soon they'll get one jetpack charge again, and they'll hold down the spacebar, and then they'll lose it again. So again, just that kind of, you just have to take that punishment and wait for your jetpack to get back up so that you can dodge the more important damage, such as the leap strike and the rock throw.
Yeah.
Really well played by Go4Evolve. I really want to see how he plays against teams like Hard on You and Eyes on You, who will be able to sort of put him up to the test against Legendary's Goliath. Really, I mean, he's the one, but I certainly think Go4Evolve is one to watch right now.
Yeah, Legendary's Goliath is legendary if you want to put it that way, but he does play it well. He does play a large mobility style, so.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly knows how to play. I mean, after the game against DTR last week, it has to be one of the closest games I've ever seen. Great play from DTR, and great play from Legendary for not losing his head. He went in twice, lost 70% of his HP from being full armor, full HP, came back, went away, got more armor, came back, and actually managed to get the win. So he doesn't lose his head easily. However,
and Epex did win their second Hunter game, so it was a 4-0 setup.
Well played to Epex there then, and showing that they've got the potential to beat KPV, who are a very strong team.
Well, all the teams right now. This is the quarterfinals. I don't think there's a single weak team in this lineup. I think they're all playing. They've all earned their way. They've all played enough of these things. They all know what they're getting into, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how Ninja Penguin. I can't speak.
Ninja Penguins.
That's the one. Versus Epex White. I feel like Ninja Penguins should take that win. I think Source TV, great Kraken. I've not really seen Epex White. They kind of a new team as part of on the Epex game and banner. I feel like Ninja Penguins should. I'm just going to say NP.
Are you a Benedict Cumberbatch fan or what?
Yeah, something like that. Ninja Penguins should take that game. Evolve Hype did take that game versus Green Team. I think that was kind of expected. Team Sith Evolve, very, very strong team against new Bob Squad. Unheard of. Again, quite an obvious result there. Salge versus Sheer Excellence. Now, Salge did lose Gersilla. Gersilla was part of Salge. So we'll have to see how close that game is. Because that could go either way, but they will be going up against a very tough match against Hard on You.
We'll have to see what happens. Like Ninja Penguins, as you put it, they'll have to earn their stripes not to play through because Epex White is not a light team either. They all play well. They're very monster focused and they have a good monster in the team, which helps drive their hunter squad forward. Sorry.
It's you've got monster and hunter side 50% of games each, so you do have to have a strong hunter and a strong monster side each. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. You can't rely on just your monster, and you can't rely just on your hunter team to win.
As opposed to week 1 of the Go4Evolve tournament, where everyone was relying on their monsters to win 3 games.
Yeah, and certainly Eyes on You before they had the roster change. It was all Cyril just carrying them to victory most of the time, and Eyes on You seem to be on that bottom slot every single week. Every week they're on that bottom slot.
Maybe it's just it could be the number 2 spot. Who knows?
It's just seed 2.
It's seed 2, so they're second on the seed list.
Yeah.
But that just means that they're good, man. They got the bottom. They might be on the bottom. That just means, hey, they don't want them to play against the top. The top's scared of them. That's how you got to look at it.
Well, I really want to see Hard on You versus Eyes on You. That would be a very, very strong team, but
we probably won't see that till a couple of games from now, if I had to bet.
Yeah, that will be I reckon. See, right. So right now, after we've just seen most of the games of the round of 16, who do you think is going to take the win in the finals?
Win the finals. Eyes on You is pretty strong, though. I think. All right, let's just look at the quarters now, though, instead of going all the way to the finals. I think Hard on You. It's going to be Hard on You versus. I'm going to say Salge, probably. Right? For the next match in the quarters?
I can't call that. I don't know enough about those two teams to make a call on that. I think it could go either way.
Well, if you look at sheer excellence, they've been in 4 Evolve Cups. They haven't won a match yet.
It'd be KPV.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going off the page, and apparently it showed that they didn't have a win. So yeah, they got 1 win against KPV, and...
Yeah, they won against Vide. Oh no, they lost KPV. They beat Sheer Madness as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost to Vidir.
Lost to Illuminatus.
That's a team that I'm wondering where they are right now. Whatever happened to Vidir, anyway?
I'm not sure. I mean, I really want to see these teams come back. And I have just had the biggest fright of my life.
Spider?
No, just the ESL ping.
Ooh.
Nasty, nasty ping. And we do actually have the Eyes on You versus
Ninja Penguins.
Ninja Penguins, so...
I'm going to say Penguins this entire time. Alright, I'll see what game we're going to be casting, guys. We'll take a quick break, I'll put on some music, and we'll be back at it in just a moment, okay, guys?